words can't describe it. I guess surreal would be the best word, but I mean, it's just, I never thought that it would happen this soon or even at all. So I'm just over the moon, I guess. I knew I was capable of it, but I would have to have a really good race. My goal going into the Olympic trials was just finish in the top 6. I wanted to make the US national team, and that's the cutoff. But I just wanted to go there and have fun, because everybody says your first trials is the hardest because the emotional energy is just, it's more of an experience meet. And so I went in seeing it as an experience, and it came out much more than that. I typically drop time as the season goes on. It's just how I swim. I'm more of an in-season person. So I'll swim fast very consistently throughout the season, and I won't drop as much for taper, where other athletes aren't as fast in season, but they drop like a bunch for taper because they have a lot more muscle mass that needs to be rested, and that's something I'm working on. But it seems to be a pattern that as the meets go on, I don't tire as much, and maybe it's just me getting used to it or just being more comfortable in the environment that makes me drop time. I came back and all my coaches gave me a big hug, and that's honestly what I was most looking forward to after the 100 back. Just giving Matt a big hug afterward, because none of us really expected it. So it was a surprise for all of us. I mean, my heat was incredibly talented. I mean, Shane Cassis is like a 3-time national champion, and I'm racing guys a lot older than me. I think the average age in that heat was like 25, 26. So I'm just happy I was able to get my hand on the wall. Being a small town, a lot of people know where I live. So I think when my parents came back to Dover, they put up a bunch of like flags and Olympic rings all over my yard. Unfortunately, I haven't been home to see it because I got back Monday and I've been training here, but they're pretty happy, and I'm excited to make Dover proud and maybe put them on the map a bit. We've been one of the top swimming states as far as high school goes. I mean, we have the Fosters, Adam Cheney. Unfortunately, they barely missed it. I mean, Carson Foster he got 3rd, which I wanted more than anything for him to make it. It would have been a great experience to go with him. He's one of my really close friends. I've known him for 6 years now. So it was tough to see a lot of respectable athletes that are far more talented just barely missed the Olympic team. Ryan Murphy gave me his phone number. That was definitely weird. Also, just the Olympians knowing who I am. Like, I've fanboyed over these guys for years, and I got a picture with a lot of them throughout Tier Pro Series meets. And we were about to do the medal ceremony where they announced the entire team, and Caleb Dressel was going around shaking everybody's hands. And I introduced myself. I'm like, I'm Hunter. He's like, oh, I know who you are. I'm like, the Caleb Dressel knows who I am. So that was definitely a surprise. It's really heartwarming. Also a little bit like stressful. I definitely don't want to mess up because I know these kids are now looking up to me. But it was the coolest feeling ever. I left the pool after the 100 back, and there were a bunch of little kids outside, and I signed my first autographs and like got pictures taken, and I'm like, this is my life now, and I do not want to disappoint them. So I will continue to work hard and hopefully inspire more youth.